in this space.
I call Mojo Mathis.
I want to focus my comments on animal welfare. Last year, our reputation for being world leaders in animal welfare took a really big hit. We saw broadcast on TV compelling evidence of animal cruelty to farm animals, occurring in nearly every sector: dairying, pig farming, the egg layer sector, and undercover footage showed baby calves, layer hens, mother and baby pig either being violently handled or kept in appalling conditions. Last year, TV1 Sunday programme aired appalling footage of baby calves being seriously mistreated on farms, in transport and in a slaughterhouse. And earlier this year, the story aired footage that showed conditions on a brand new colony cage farm, as bad as any I've seen on battery farms, with scenes of dead, dying, defeathered hens, crammed in cages in appalling conditions. And add to this the hundreds of deaths of mother pigs and their babies trapped in firing crates in a piggery fire, and it's clearly not been a good year for farm animals. What really gets me, and gets many others, is that despite the compelling video evidence and witness statements that have been handed over to MPI of suffering to the animals, hardly any have actually resulted in MPI following up with the prosecution. And that is particularly shocking, because that they have said that they will not prosecute the Connolly Cage farm that was aired on Story. If footage of dead, dying and suffering hens in overcrowded cages is not enough evidence for MPI to prosecute, then something is seriously wrong, okay? And that level of suffering that was shown should have resulted in more than a slap on the wrist with a wet bus ticket. And so, in my view, and in the view of the thousands of New Zealanders who really care about what is happening to our animals, and not just our pet, but what is happening on the farm to farm animals as well, that MPI is failing them on several fronts. They're failing our animals by leaving it to members of the public to go undercover and film the footage that is happening, of what is happening behind closed doors on factory farms, on slaughterhouses, and expose the cruelty that is happening there. It should not be up to the members of the public. If MPI were proactive enough in doing on-the-spot audits of these farms without notice, then they would be on top of this, and there would not be nothing for undercover footage to reveal. And they're also failing our animals because they're still saying it's okay to keep hundreds of thousands of animals in cramped cages, even when these systems are clearly in breach of the Animal Welfare Act, the firing crates are. And keeping animals in confined cages is doubly cruel because they've not set any requirement for there to be fire sprinklers, which means that these poor animals not only suffer miserable lives in these cages, but they can at risk of horrible death by being burnt alive when a fire breaks out, as it happened in the Waikato piggery and on multiple occasions on factory farms over several years. We need to be able to trust MPI to ensure that all our animals are treated humanely and our international reputation is protected. And as I said before, the Minister is right. New Zealanders do care about our pets, but we also care about farm animals. And what we're seeing on our TV screens of what is happening to these farm animals is not okay. Especially these colony cages are not a humane alternative to factory cages. If McDonald's and Wendy's and Burger King have all committed to going cage-free, if these major fast food companies can afford to stick cruel eggs then MPI can say we can ditch them too as a country. We don't need them. They should go.
I call Ian